Gather around, my dear children, for tonight I shall share with you the history of our ancestors' bravery, a story of the First Chimurenga, the first war of independence. It is a history of resistance, courage, and the unyielding spirit of the Ndebele and Shona people against foreign rule. In the year 1896, our land was under the control of the British South Africa Company, led by Cecil Rhodes. The company imposed harsh taxes, forced labor, and seized our ancestral lands. The people were suffering, and their spirits were being crushed under the weight of oppression. But among us were leaders who refused to bow down, who heard the call of the ancestors for freedom. Among the Ndebele, there was a great leader named Mlimo. He was a spiritual leader who prophesied that the time had come to rise up and reclaim our land. His words spread like wildfire, igniting the hearts of the Ndebele people. Meanwhile, among the Shona, leaders like Nehanda and Kaguvi also called for resistance, inspired by the spirits of their forebears. The revolt began in Matabeleland in March 1896. The Ndebele warriors, fueled by the spiritual guidance of Mlimo, attacked the British settlers and their strongholds. The settlers were caught off guard, and their forts and farms were besieged. The Ndebele people fought fiercely, determined to reclaim their homeland. Meanwhile, in Mashonaland, the Shona people were also preparing for battle. By June of the same year, they joined the uprising, striking against the British in a coordinated effort. The First Chimurenga was not just a war of weapons, but a war of spirits and will. Our ancestors fought with bows, spears, and the strength of their convictions. They believed in the righteousness of their cause, in the protection of their land, and the preservation of their way of life. They were united by a common goal, to end the tyranny and reclaim their freedom. The British response was swift and brutal. They called for reinforcements, bringing soldiers from South Africa and even Europe. They had superior firepower, including rifles and machine guns, which gave them a devastating advantage. Despite this, our ancestors fought bravely. They knew the land, used guerrilla tactics, and had the element of surprise on their side. The Ndebele and Shona warriors laid siege to forts, cut supply lines, and attacked isolated settlements. They were led by great warriors and tacticians who inspired their people to stand firm. Among them was Siginyamache, one of Mlimo's trusted commanders, who led numerous successful attacks against the British. The British, however, responded with ruthless campaigns, burning villages and destroying crops to starve the resistance into submission. As the conflict dragged on, the toll on our people was immense. Many lives were lost, and the land bore the scars of battle. Despite their determination, the odds were heavily against the Ndebele and Shona. By late 1897, the resistance began to wane. Mlimo, the spiritual leader, was betrayed and killed, which dealt a significant blow to the morale of the Ndebele warriors. Without their spiritual guide, many began to lose hope. The British captured many leaders, including Nehanda and Kaguvi. These leaders were put on trial, and despite their dignified defense and the righteousness of their cause, they were sentenced to death. Nehanda, in particular, became a symbol of resistance and martyrdom. Her last words, "My bones will rise again," echoed through the hearts of our people, promising that the fight for freedom would continue. And so, my children, the First Chimurenga stands as a powerful symbol of our relentless fight for independence. It set the stage for future generations to continue the struggle, culminating in the freedom we cherish today. Remember this story, for it is an integral part of our identity. The spirit of Nehanda, Kaguvi, and all the brave souls who fought lives on in each of you. Carry it forward with pride and honor. Stay tuned for the second Chimurenga. Don't forget to follow us and subscribe to our channel for more untold African stories and to celebrate our heritage.